Okay, I've been carrying this box around all morning, and we're going to show you what this is. This is called a Funtech plant tying machine. And so this is a fantastic tool. You've seen the results of this anytime you buy something that's been staked up. Like a little plant that has in a pot that has a stick, and the stick's holding something up. So you've seen this at nurseries and stuff, but maybe you've never seen the tool that has made it. So this is the tool. It comes in a kit. It has a whole bunch of staples. It has all these ribbons. It's 35 bucks on Amazon, so it's extremely affordable. And I'm going to set that out of the way for a moment, and I'll show you how this works. So if we want to tie plants to some kind of a pole, this is what we can do. So you remember the trellis from last year. So right over here we have the tomato trellis with the dead tomato vines on it, and you can spend time wrapping the twine on, which is a fine thing to do. We're trying this tool this year, and I like it. So the way that this works is you need to have some kind of a pole, and what we have here are, most of them are living bean poles. They are just the coyote willows. We brought them in, we stuck them in the ground the day we cut them, and then they will root into the ground. And that helps give you diversity to turn on the genetics that give you disease and pest resistance, because you need 4 plant families growing together. So here I have green onions right here in my hand. And we have the willows that are growing. That's 2 plant families. The tomatoes is a 3rd plant family. And right here, we don't really have another plant family, so I need to allow a weed or 2 to grow, which is amazing because I have weeds everywhere and I can't see one. But right here's a one. This is a wild lettuce, and this is something else. And here's, anyway, so there are things growing in here. You want to let 4 plant families grow. So once the tomatoes get to this point where they're tall and they're not going to be shaded, we could bring our dibble in and put holes in here and put some secondary crop in that if they get too shaded, it's fine, but they're helping the microbes in the soil to do the quorum sensing and turning on secondary metabolites so that our plants are thriving and we have the best of soil health. So a plant that I would put down here would be basil or lettuce or any other kind of any culinary herb that you would wish to have. But don't count on them to give you a fantastic crop, because these tomatoes are going to get really big. The reason we plant a different crop underneath is to give us plant diversity. But the way that we use this is we're going to squeeze it gently until it snaps. So it snapped and we didn't close it all the way, and then we let go and it pulls the tape out. Okay? Now we get the top of our tomato plant that could, because this is going to get big and heavy and fall over. We don't want it to fall over. So we're going to put it right here and we're going to push it in. And we want it to be loose so the tomato doesn't get choked. And then just like that. Now it's loose. There's a lot of room in here for the tomato plant to get big. I could have snapped it and cut it off when it was tight, but you don't want a living stem to be tight on there, because it will choke it as it grows. And so we want a lot of room. So this works pretty good. I'll show you one more time. So we pull this in gently, slowly, and until it clicks. There, it clicked. And now we let it out. And we will go ahead and tie this one just for fun. Usually I let them get a little bit bigger before I tie them. See, this one I'm having to pull it over a little bit. So we go in a long ways and staple it, and it has plenty of room in here for that stem to grow. So as this grows up, we will continuously staple them on. Hopefully this helps you to have a fancy stapler.